Well, hi there, it's Pam Carr here from Caraway Crochet, and I've got some Christmas ideas for you today. This one is for making a little mini beanie tree ornament. I've put a little tie on the side like that, and this is what it looks like when you first make it, and then you roll up the rim like that, and you can use a little pom-pom maker to make the pom-poms. These are made with a worsted weight yarn. It's a 4-weight yarn. I'm going to be using Loops and Threads Soft Classics today, and this comes in the color that's just a really bright red. Okay, so that's what we're using, and I'm going to make it with an H hook, and you need a yarn needle, and you're going to need some scissors. So to start it off, we're going to make a slip knot. So I wrap the yarn around my finger twice and I catch it with my finger at the back. Okay, then I'm going to pull this one over, and then this one is going to go right over my finger, leaving this one there, and we're going to put our hook through there and pull it up tight, and that's made our slip knot. Okay, so we are going to chain 21 to make this little mini beanie. So put the yarn over your hook and pull it through, yarn over, pull it through. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to go and finish all 21. So here I am at my 21 chains. Okay, now we're going to make half double crochets for this little mini beanie. Okay, so I'm going to put the yarn over, and then we're not going to go into the first chain that's right there. We're going to go into the second one. So we're not counting what's on the hook. There's one V and then the second V down, that's your second chain. We are going to half double crochet into that chain. All right, and then we're going to do another half double crochet, and we're going to half double crochet all the way down, yarn over, put it through the chain, yarn over, pull it up, pull it through all 3. That's a half double crochet. Okay, yarn over into the next chain, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through all 3. Okay, so we're going to do all the way down, so we should have 20 half double crochets. So I just did 19. Now we're going to go into the last one, and we have 20. Okay, that's it. Now we're going to chain up one chain, and now we're going to start working on the thing that creates this rib. Look how it goes up and down, up and down, up and down, right? So that's called ribbing, and we are going to do something called back loop only half double crochet. So when you turn your crochet like this on the side, you can see all these little V's, right? We're not, normally we go through both of the V's like this. But what we're going to do is we're going to go into the back of the V there. So we're going to put the yarn over, ready for our half double crochet. Then in the next very first one, we're going to go into the back, put the yarn over, pull it up, and go through all 3. And now we're going to find the next one. You have to sort of turn it towards you, so that you can see all of those V's very clearly, okay? So the next V, we're going to go into the back of it, and over and pull it through, and that's the back loop only. Can you see those V's? In there. All the way down in the back loop only. I do have a video teaching how to do back loop only. Maybe I'll put a link to it down below. Okay, so we're going to go all the way down, and this is going to give us another 20 stitches, right? Into the back loop only. I'm always having to kind of turn that towards you because they try and hide on you in the back. And this is what makes the rib. Sometimes they ask you to go through the front loop only. It all creates a different texture to your crochet. We all love a bit of texture. That's what crochet is all about, right? So I'm going to go down here, half double crocheting into each of the back loops. And when we're counting our stitches in this pattern, we're not counting the turning chain, okay? We're only counting the half double crochet stitches. So I'm going to chain 1, ready to turn, but let's count and make sure we've got 20. So that's our turning chain right there. We're only using 1 for the turning chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so we've chained 1. We're going to turn. We're going to not work into this part. We're going to turn it up so we can see, put our yarn over ready. And right at the base of where we did the chain 1, we are going to do our back loop only. Right there, because otherwise we're not going to end up with 20, right? So that's 1. And then into the next one, back loop only, turning it towards you so you can see those V's really clearly, and go into the back loop of each of those V's. And I will meet you down at the end. Here we are. This is number 19. And then at the end, you just find your last one and you go into that last one. And that's 20. Now we're chaining 1, and you'll see what's happening is we're getting these little dips. It goes down into like a little valley and then up a hill, and then this is this down, and then when we do our next one, we'll have another one. If you turn it over, it looks like a little hill. And we're just making the other one. So we're chaining 1, we're turning, we're going to work in the back loop only all the way down here. So that's going to be, the first row is just half double crochets into the chain, and then back loop only, and we're just going to keep going back loop only, half double crochets for 14 rows in total. So right now we've got 1, 2, 3. Every time you see a little valley, that's 2. So that makes it easier for you to count, okay? So I want you to go and keep working until you have got a total of 14 rows of half double crochet, back loop only. I thought I would stop here just to, this is the end of my 13th row, just to show you how, if we look, this is where we started. There's for our chain row, right? So we've got 1, 2, and then we see a line, and then in here this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then we've done 13, and I'm just going to do row 14. That will be our final one, and we will have 7 of these little dips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're just going to do the second half of the last dip. So here we go, 19 and 20. Okay, so we can see now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rows. So when I fasten off, I like to leave a tail, a nice long tail. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to weave in this end. And the way we're going to join these 2 ends together is with a slip stitch. So I'll just weave this in so I can fasten this off. And I don't know if I'd have to be enough tail to join them, but we'll soon find out. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fold these 2 together, and we're going to use our tail to join them together. So I'm going to go into the top of this stitch and then the top of the stitch below, and I'm going to put my tail over, put my hook through there, pull it right through those 2, and that's a slip stitch. Okay, so now we're going to go into the next one through the 2, pull it through, and then through. Now go down into the next stitch, go into the stitch behind it, yarn over, pull it through, pull it through. I am going to need more yarn. I'm going to just add it on right now. It's just going to leave more tails to wind in, but that's okay. Okay, so it's better not to run out. Go through there, pull it up, pull it through 2. Pull it up, pull it through 2. Now we go into the next stitch and then into the same one that's at the back of it, pull it through and pull it through 2. all the way down to the end. The stitches line up really nicely, and you can just join it up all the way down, doing the slip stitch. There we go. And you see what happens when you open it up. It just looks like another back loop only section. You can hardly even see the seam. You could whip stitch it together if you wanted to do that. Remember, crochet is not an exact science. Everybody has their own techniques and favorite ways of doing things. This is just to show you how to make your mini beanie, but you might choose to do something a little bit different, and that's totally okay. Okay, now I'm going to cut that and pull that through. Okay. Now I'm going to weave in these ends. You always should go around 3 different directions when you're weaving in ends, just to stop them from coming untangled. I'm going to go and do the other ones because you won't have those to do. That's just my mistake. There we go. And now this is our beanie. I'm going to turn it the right side out, and you'll see that where we've done the seam, it's just like a little one of those little valleys, so that it just keeps the whole hill valley thing going on there. Okay, so now we have to make it into the beanie. So we have to gather the top of the beanie together. So I'm getting my yarn needle, and I'm just going to go in and out around the top of the beanie. Okay, down and up, just like a running stitch. All the way around, back to where I started from. There's my yarn. So then I'm going to get ready to tie a knot and pull it really, really tight and tie a knot. We're going to be putting our pom-pom on this top part here, okay? So now then, I'm just going to thread both of these through my yarn needle and just do a little bit of fancy stitching along the top, just to make sure it's all looking like a beanie at the top, right? So I'm just going to maybe go through those two. Just to tighten it up along the top. There. That's it. Thread it through. I'm just going to cut it off inside. I lost one of them in the process. There we go. I can cut the other one off up here. There we go. Okay, so this is the actual beanie part. You can fold up the brim. And look at that. A cute little beanie. It's so cute. I just love these so much. And we have now got to put a pom pom-pom on. Okay, so I'll go and get my pom-pom maker. So there's all kinds of pom-pom makers out there, and this is my favorite type of pom-pom maker. I've actually got the small one from 2 different kits because I buy them, and sometimes they do break if you use them a lot, and I do tend to use my pom-pom makers a lot. So what you do with these is you put them together, and I'm going to put a link to where you can buy these. This has got a bump on one side here. This is bumpy, and this one's bumpy here, and so you put them down with the bumps inwards, so that gives a bit of a space for your pom-pom when you need to cut it later. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get our yarn. I'm making a white one, and you just sort of start wrapping it around. Just wrap it around your pom-pom maker like this. Okay, and you just fill it up with your yarn. So here we go. I will wrap this one. I always like to make sure I go right up to the edges here, where it goes right up to the edge, and then fill in the middle. And I like to make the middle level with the sides, and then go and finish off the other edge here. Okay, so that's one done, and then I'm going to go over to the other side, but I'm going to cut this one off first. Doesn't matter if you've got some ends, because you've always got to trim pom-poms. You've trimmed pom-poms, that's a very important thing. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to hold it here. Oh, I need some more yarn. Okay, my yarn got in a tangle there. So here we are now. I'm going to hold this one, and I'm going to start wrapping it around this other one. I should go slowly so you can see. We've got a shadow happening today. I think it's because it's got dark out because it's daylight savings time. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to finish wrapping this one. So now I'm going to cut my second one off. And then this is what you can do with these kinds of pom-pom makers, is you put them together like this, and then you squeeze them shut, and then this little white thing clips down and holds them together like that. Then you have this little gap with humps made for you, and you get your scissors in there, and you have to cut all the way around with your scissors going into that slit right there. Ta-da! There you go. And the other side. I do have a video on how to make a pom-pom garland, a mini pom-pom garland. I'll put a link to that below too. You might think that's kind of fun. It's one of the first videos I did on YouTube. I don't even have a pattern written up or anything. It's when I used to have a shop that sold garlands and all kinds of stuff. But I don't do that anymore. I just focus on my patterns. So here we are. So you pull your yarn through, tie it in a knot, pull it as hard as you can because you do not want these strands coming out. Then you can go round to the other side, put another knot in on the other side of the pom-pom, and pull it really tight as you can. Every time it's surprising how much tighter you can get it. So I'm going to double knot this one. And then we're going to go one more time around the other side. Pull your yarn through that slit and do another knot. And pull it as hard as you can. There we go. That's not. Now I'm going to do 2 or 3 knots here just because I don't want them to come undone. 2 and 3. This is a mini pom-pom, but this maker has got the big pom-pom makers. It's got ones for giant pom-poms. So it comes as a set, and I will link it below. And now what we do is we unclip these little white clips. 1, 2, and that allows us to then open up the 2 sides. It's like a shell, and out comes our pom-pom. And because it's white on white, you probably can't see it. I like to give them a little shake. And then you just trim around the edges of your pom-pom with your scissors. if you've got any sticky out bits, or you don't like the shape if it's not quite round, because you might not have, you know, wrapped your yarn around there completely evenly. I like to do this over a bowl normally, and then you don't get the yarn bits everywhere. Okay, I'm just going to do it quickly for the video, but you can trim it to your heart's content. There we go. So I'm going to move those out of the way and find my new beanie and get my needle. And I'm going to take one piece of yarn and feed that through the top of my beanie. And then take the other strand and put that down in a couple of stitches away from where the other one was, like this. And pull that through, and then we're going to turn it inside out and pull those pieces as tight as you can and tie a nice knot. There we go. I'm going to cut that, turn it back out, and there we have our cute little mini beanie with a pom-pom on the top. And now I'm going to get a piece of yarn and my needle. If you want to hang it on a tree, you could put them on a garland. They would look really cute on a garland. I just like to thread it down beside the pom-pom so it kind of hangs at an angle. But you can wrap it around your pom-pom and hang it whatever way you want. This is just what I do. And tie that in a knot. It could be cute if you had a piece of that nice ropey yarn, burlappy kind of yarn. But anyway, there you have your mini beanie Christmas tree ornament. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and you can make it whatever color you want. Like I say, I made this nice white one, and I made a green one. I made all kinds of colors. So enjoy, and please subscribe to my channel if you like this, and hit the bell if you'd like notifications for any new videos that I do. And thank you very much. Happy crocheting, everybody. Goodbye.